Welcome to today's tutorial. In this video, we are going to look at the adage that says it is much easier to train a child than to repair an adult. It is very much easier to raise a child than to repair an already grown-up child. This adage reflects the fact that the early years of a person's life is very critical to learning and development. Children learn faster than an adult. Children observe things, copy things easily, and replicate it faster than adults. Why? Because their brain is very elastic. The early years of a child has a significant impact on a child's future behavior, on the way he interacts and relates with people. Training a child at the early stage has a significant impact on the child's behavior in the future. So let's look at why it is much easier to train a child than to repair an adult. It is much easier because a child's brain is very elastic. Children have plastic brain that helps them to learn and develop faster than adults. During the early stage of a child, the brain is developing rapidly and it is adapted to learning new experiences, learning new skills, new things they want to know. That is why they copy and replicate. That is why they observe you as a parent. They observe what you do, they copy it, and they replicate it. They easily adapt to changes. Their life is very elastic. You can control them. You can tell them what to do, and they will do it. So, because of the elasticity of their brain, they are adapted to new skills. They can learn new experiences. They can observe things. They can copy and replicate. And they can internalize new information and behaviors than an adult, making it easier to instill good habits, positive habits, and behaviors in them. It is easier to train a child than to repair an adult. This is also because they have easy formation of habits, convenient formation of habits. You can discover that most of the characters, most of the behaviors we exhibit as parents are rooted in our children's experiences. For example, a child that comes from a family that eats healthy is more likely to maintain that habit throughout his life and also groom his own family with that same habit. But a child that comes from a family that eats junk foods, that doesn't eat healthy foods, will live with it all the rest of his life. And will also groom his own family with that because he learned it from his parents. So he cannot easily change that habit as an adult. That is why it is easier to train a child than to repair an adult. Whatever behavior you instill in the life of your children at tender age, they are this behavior they will carry, they will live with all the days of their life. Children adapt to change easily, and that is another reason why it is easier to train them than to repair an adult. They can easily cope with any changes that comes to their way. This is because their brain is flexible, is very elastic, able to adapt new experiences. If a child is exposed to positive social interactions and respectful communications, that child will grow up to develop a good relationship with people. The child will grow up to become a responsible adult. That is why it is good to instill good manners in your children at a tender age, because it will come to a point as they grow, you cannot be able to change them anymore. Start now to train your children in the way they should go. The Bible says when they grow up, they will not depart from it. Early training of a child can help the child to have a solid foundation to operate as an adult. Some adults today, when you look at their life, you don't like what they do. You don't like the way they live their lives, the way they socialize, the way they interact with people. You are disgusted with what they do. Why? The problem starts from the tender age, the way they were trained, the way they were brought up. Don't feel that they are children, that when they grow up they will know. No. Instill that behavior in them. There are basic good manners a child must learn from 0 to 10 years. And there are other manners a child should know before it gets to age 16. Otherwise, they will grow up and become a headache for you tomorrow. They will grow up, they become an irresponsible adult in the society. Train up a child when the brain is elastic, when the mindset is not yet fixed. Whatever behavior a child learns at a tender age is what he or she will grow up with as an adult. And that is what will determine his interactions and relationship with people all the days of his life. So it is very, very critical for parents to instill good behavior in their children at the tender age. Don't wait until they start smoking. Don't wait until they start carrying gun. Don't wait until they start womanizing. Don't wait until they start playing harlotry. Don't wait until they start living a rough life. Then we want to sit them down and advise them and train them. You can't strengthen an already bent iron. It is very hard. It is very difficult. It is only God that can change an already grown-up man. You, as a parent, cannot do it. You have the privilege and right to train this child from the tender age before it grows into an adult. So this adage, it is much easier to train a child than to repair an adult. It's very important for us to learn from it. It will fortify us as parents, encourage us to train our children the way we want them to be, the way we want them to relate when they grow up, the personality we want to see, the responsibility we want them to carry. We have to instill it in them at a younger stage. Remember to train these children. What you do as a parent is very important. You are their first role model. Go and check my tutorial on how to instill good manners in your children. Also check out the tutorial that teaches the basic manners a child should know from 0 to 10. The basic manners a child should know from 10 to 16. Check out these tutorials. It will help you for a better understanding how to train a child before it gets to an adult, because it is easier to train than to repair. So let's look at why it is difficult to train an adult. An adult has already grown and their mindset has become fixed. So it is not easy to change a mindset that is already fixed. So adult has fixed mindset. Remember, children has plastic brain, but adult has a fixed mindset. The moment an adult grows up and the brain is fixed, the mindset is fixed, it is hard to change. You cannot be able to change it easily. Fixed mindset makes it difficult for adults to learn new skills, to learn new experiences, to learn new behaviors. So it is very, very uncomfortable and challenging for an adult to begin to learn new experiences, new behaviors. That is why, as a parent, try your possible best to train this child. so that you will avoid repelling an adult tomorrow. Another reason why it is difficult to prepare an adult is because they are resistant to change. It is very, very challenging to train an adult because most of them are comfortable with their life. They are comfortable with the things they do. It is not easy for them to change. It's like a child that is eating with their left hand, and as a parent, you want the child to start eating with the right hand. It is more easier for the child to adapt using right hand to eat. But go and meet an adult that is already left-handed. He's eating with left hand, he writes with left hand, everything he does with left hand. You can never change him, no matter how hard you try. He can't be comfortable doing all those things, writing with right hand. No, because everything about him is fixed. And because he's resistant to change, he wouldn't be willing to change. So train a child when he's tender. Train a child. Don't dream about repelling an adult because it is almost impossible. There are many reasons why it is difficult to repel an adult, but we are still going to look at their time constraints. Adults doesn't have time because they have school to attend, they have work to attend, they have family issues, they have one challenge or the other, they have limited time. So they don't have all the time to begin to learn new behaviors, to begin to learn new character, to begin to change their pattern of life. It is not convenient for them anymore. So it is more easier to instill good behavior in your children, to train your children, raise them up to become a responsible people, to grow into responsible adults. Remember, adults have their own priorities already. They have their interests, they have their values. And that is also why it is difficult to change an adult. They are comfortable living their life, doing what they want to do. So they wouldn't want their parents to begin to interfere into their lives. Learning a new skill might be very challenging to them, but a child's brain is very elastic. They have plasticity of brain. They can adapt to changes. They can learn new experiences. They can learn new behaviors. They copy, they replicate. So conclusively, don't wait for your child to grow into an irresponsible adult before you now begin to train, thereby repairing the adult. Train a child, the Bible says, train a child the way he should go. And when he grows up, he will not depart from it. You want a responsible child. You want to see a responsible adult tomorrow. Start today. Start the training today. Thank you for watching my videos. See you in my next tutorial. God bless you.